Good morning, comedians. Another instalment of our Danger Gang today. I'm desperate to find out what happened at home time. Then it was home time. As if starting a new school wasn't embarrassing enough, because we moved house in January, everyone in my class already knows each other, and I realised that the first impressions were everything. I had to play it cool, especially after the bad start with Ronnie Nutbolt. The last thing I wanted was for my classmates to find out that my mum is a new science teacher, or my life would be over. No one wants to hang out with a teacher's kid. I was actually pretty grateful that Ronnie had crumpled up the note Mum had left in my lunchbox. Luckily, my class didn't have science on Monday, so I managed to get through the whole first day without anyone finding out, until home time, when Mum came into my classroom to collect me. Everyone saw her waving at me through the window with her shiny new staff member name badge on her chest. "Why is the new teacher waving at you?" a kid named Eric Flipperson asked curiously. I shrugged and kept my head down. "Is she your mum?" a girl called Susie Prune asked. "No," I spluttered. "Wait, she is? I saw you moving into number 13 over the weekend. You live on the same street as me. I live in number 7, the one with the yellow door," another girl named Jamelia Pointer said. All I could do was grab my bag and make a run for it. But it was no use. It turns out that as well as Jamelia Pointer, a bunch of kids in my class live on the same street as me. There's Susie Prune and Eric Flipperson, Katie Speck, Molly McClear, Charlie McCampbell, and this is the worst, Ronnie Nutbolt. They all live on the same street as me, and they all saw me with the science teacher walking home together. Molly McClear gave me a little wave as she went inside our houses, and I think Jamelia smiled. But across the road, Ronnie Nutbolt was laughing his head off as he went into number 14. Right across the road. It was so lame. I mean, I didn't cry or anything, but I was really miffed with Mum, especially when she started waving at them like some sort of celebrity. But when they got home, she pulled out a jumbo pack of marshmallows from her bag and said, "Well done on your first day of school, Frankie." And then she let me eat the whole lot. And just like magic, the marshmallows somehow melted my crossness at Mum. Anyway, today has been taken over by my very worst day at Freaky Primary so far. You know what today is, right? It's Valentine's Day. Yuck. As if Valentine's Day isn't bad enough already, Miss Twinkie made us all write stupid Valentine's Day cards in class. She said we could write to anyone in the class, or if we didn't do that, we could write to our mum and dad. Everyone laughed when she said that, so there was no way I was going to send one to my parents. But there wasn't anybody in the class I wanted to send a shiny pink card with an even shinier pink heart on the front of it. I thought really hard about who I'd want the least embarrassing person in the class to send my card to, just in case they figured out it was me that sent it. I must have thought about it for longer than I realised, as before I knew it the lesson was nearly over and I hadn't written a thing. I looked around at the other kids who I could potentially send a card to. The list of no way went on and on, but the clock was ticking and everyone was licking envelopes already. So I panicked and wrote my card to the next person that popped into my head, Miss Tinky. Great idea, I thought. That saved the weird embarrassment of sending one to the girls in the class on a lovey-dovey wishy-washy Valentine's Day card. Everyone else finished theirs so quickly, so I scribbled her name on the front of the envelope and went to post it in the shiny red postbox that Miss Tinky had set up in the front of the class. That's when Miss Tinky said, "Frankie Brown, since you're the last one up, you can hand out all the cards." "What?" I blurted. "I said that you can be in charge of handing out the Valentine's Day cards. You're our class Cupid," she trilled as she pulled something out of the cupboard and made my life 10,000 times worse by sticking a pair of homemade angel wings on my back. You can imagine my horror as all those eyes watching me picked up the red box and I started handing out the cards. 2 for Daisy Jacobs, 1 for Jamelia Pointer. Ronnie Nutbolt got 3. 3 Valentine's Day cards. I'm pretty sure he sent one to himself. I hand-delivered the sealed envelopes dressed as Stupid Cupid and realised I was nearly at the end of the box, which meant that my card was coming up soon. There was no way I was getting out of this one. I was going to hand a Valentine's Day card to Miss Tinky, but then she'd probably think it was one of the goody-goody kids who sat right at the front and gets top marks in their tests, or maybe even Ronnie Nutbolt trying to make up for getting caught eating Chewy Chews in maths earlier. Either way, she'd never suspect that it was from me, right? I pulled out the card with my scribbly hand right on the envelope and nervously approached Miss Tinky's desk. What's this? Miss Tinky said, looking shocked. Is this a Valentine's Day card for me? It appears to be, miss, I said, pretending to look surprised to throw everyone off my scent. The whole class giggled as she took the red envelope. Wow, I must say, this is a shock. No student has ever written me a Valentine's Day card before. What a shame it won't say who it's from. I'll never know who sent it. That's when my heart stopped. The world spun, and I felt sick. I suddenly realised that in my frantic hurry to write out the card, I'd totally forgotten that you are not supposed to write your name in a Valentine's Day card, and I had signed it with my full name. Dear Miss Tinky, will you be my Valentine? From Frankie A. Brown. Oh, thank you very much, Frankie A. Brown, Miss Tinky trilled at the top of her lungs, spinning the card around so everyone could see. The whole class burst out laughing, making kissy sounds. Ronnie Nutbolt even made up a rhyme about us that went like this. Frankie and Miss Tinky sitting in the tree. Kissiqt. It's a good job that he can't spell, or it would have been super embarrassing. Worst day in Freaky so far. That does sound like a pretty embarrassing day for Frankie as well. Stay tuned. We'll have the rest of the chapter for you at another day. Bye, guys.